Norton is among the most popular British motorcycle brands in the world. I'm now joined by Richard Arnold, Executive Director at Norton Motorcycles. Richard, thank you very much for being with us on the program. So, a big day for Norton. Could you give us a sense of your product lineup and what does this really mean in terms of reviving the brand Norton, getting those motorcycles on the streets in the UK and across the world?
Thank you for having me, and it's great to welcome you here to our launch in Milan. We launched 4 bikes today, the Manx, which is an incredible naked roadster, over 200 horsepower, but 130 Newton meters of torque, really quick acceleration, incredible braking. It's the first production bike to give every rider the 1G deceleration, so it's broken the 1G barrier. The Manx R, which is a super bike, really changing how products work. And then the Atlas and Atlas R, which are adventure bikes, and that echo the on-off-road tradition of Norton. Today's really important for Norton. It's been 5 years. As you said in the introduction, TVS have been absolutely unbelievable. TVS is a real giant in the industry. It's the 3rd largest producers of motorcycles in the world, 6 million vehicles a year. And that framework means that Norton is immediately able to operate all around the world. And we're launching that today. We'll be selling it across UK, Europe, India and America, and we're really excited to be bringing that forward. The brand has always stood for 3 things: incredible design. The bikes are like sculptures, works of art, and dynamics. They ride like nothing else. They're unbelievable, and then detail, beautiful.
Okay. Richard, I'd like to understand what's going to be the commercial rollout strategy. By when and within what timeline are we going to see actual sales beginning in UK, India and other parts of the world?
So as we announced today, we're beginning the distribution of the bikes early in 2026. We're expecting to get to 20,000 units a year with the bikes that we've launched. We're not communicating timelines. We're not allowed. We're a listed company, and so forward-looking statements, I'm afraid, are off the cards.
Right. Of course. But Richard, what I'd also like to understand, that considering that this is a premium, almost luxury segment of motorcycles, how do you expect this to contribute to the overall brand story and growth story of TVS globally?
But our aim is to make the most desirable motorcycles in the world. You've seen the products today. We form part of that TVS family. We're a luxury and storied brand. We open up new distribution, we communicate with new consumers, but also we bring the very latest in the marketing technology. We've been invited to be part of Google's 1% club in terms of the top marketing brands in the world, to connect with them. And that, together with all of the TVS family, is taking TVS on a trajectory. Digital journey, the way that consumer interactions work, are all going to be next level. And we're really, really looking forward to doing that together.
You've announced a £200 million investment. Could you give us a sense of how that's going to be used, the breakup, how much of it is for expansion, sales expansion, physical showrooms all across the world, and how much of this is going into towards R&D and developing future products?
So much of the R&D has already been taken care of, and you see the bikes behind me. There's a state-of-the-art production facility in Solihull in the UK, but also in India, and we're looking around the world as we grow our global expansion. The digital journey I spoke to you about a moment ago, already set up. In terms of the distribution framework, those are already lined up with dealers. Many of them are here today. We're already at the target for the first year and into the second. In terms of the demand for the bikes, we've got a waiting list that's already stretching out into months, so we're going to grow really quickly. So it's an incredibly exciting position to be in for Norton, and we're really looking forward to taking it forward.
All right. Is it possible to share the kind of bookings that you have in the pipeline?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm afraid, with price-sensitive information like that, we're not able to do it, but it's a really, really exciting place.
In terms of synergies between TVS, which is a powerhouse in terms of motorcycle and two-wheeler manufacturing in India, and a legacy brand, an iconic brand like Norton, What are the synergies that we're going to see in order to bring down costs, make sure that the best product is available at the most affordable prices? And are we going to see some amount of joint manufacturing in India and in UK as well?
I think the first thing that you see with TVS is an understanding of the two-wheel market. They're a giant. They're the third largest manufacturer in the world, 6 million vehicles. So they're marginal economics. We start the game where everyone else would like to end. So whether that's electronics, whether it's the componentry, whether that's the metalwork, everything we're able to purchase at the best marginal economics. Then we take the level of engineering excellence they have. Their factories won the Deming Award for quality, the only two-wheel manufacturer to have that. Countless JD Awards, 5 this year alone. So we start with operating excellence, tremendous quality in the product. And on top of that, we're able to bring in British design, the elegance, the story of the Norton. And all of that means that we start the game where most competitors would like to finish. We're taking that forward with next generation customer journey. And again, that leverages, India's got one of the most tremendous IT environments in the world, tremendous developers, and we've leveraged that for the IT environment that's in place. And those things add up to put us in an incredible competitive position to take on our established competitors who don't form the same core business in terms of the scale of their motorbiking ambition.
Right. In terms of physical expansion, would it be possible for you to give us a sense of how many physical showrooms would you like to have by the end of 2026, possibly?
We're not putting a date on it, but we're expecting to get to 200 retail locations throughout the world. We're already ahead of plan in terms of signing those up, and we're really looking forward to rolling that out. It's going well in India, the USA, UK, Italy, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Sweden. So it's really, really snowballing in terms of the momentum. We've got an incredible number of those today here to share in the celebration of the launch, and it's going really, really well.
All right. And finally, before we let you go, Richard, your thoughts on possibly electric mobility. Now, this is a big theme that every automaker is working on. For an iconic brand like Norton, how important is that a part of your strategy? Is that something you're working on very strongly for the future?
You spoke earlier on about just what TVS bring, and the best technology in the world, the best engineers in the world comes as being part of TVS Group. The capability across the group, both in terms of products in the market and the R&D we're doing for the future in terms of high-performance bikes, is state-of-the-art. We were part of a project to build an electric superbike, that's in prototype stage. Today, we're launching 4 bikes. Those are ICE, but amazing bikes. But of course, as we look to the future, EV is an important part of that, and we'll be looking at that space very closely.
All right, Richard, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Rebirth of the iconic British brand Norton, and sales begin sometime in 2026. So they've got an ambitious plan. Let's see what happens here on. We're taking a short break here on News Centre, but coming up, in just 5 years since inception, the International Financial Services Centres Authority has surpassed 1,000 registrations and achieved over $100 billion in banking assets at Gift City. A special interview, an exclusive with K. Rajaraman, Chairman at IFCA, when we return.
The IFSCA story starts with
Welcome back. You're watching News Centre. In just 5 years since inception, the International Financial Services Centre Authority has crossed major milestones. According to reports, it has surpassed 1,000 registrations, achieved over $100 billion in banking assets. At GIFT City, the financial hub has also been attracting foreign companies and is exploring direct listings on its international exchanges. Launching the foreign currency settlement system at IFSC in GIFT City earlier last month, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had said that IFSC must be made more competitive and cost-effective to attract high net worth investments to India. Joining us now to take this forward and to give us a view of the kind of role that the GIFT IFSC is likely to play in attracting foreign capital to India is K. Rajaraman, Chairman at the International Financial Services Centre Authority. Mr. Rajaraman, thank you very much for being with us on the program. My first question to you, with this milestone that IFSC has achieved, what is the growth that you're expecting here on?
The IFSCA story starts with the India growth story. So the premise of the International Financial Services Center is to support, aid, assist, and facilitate India's growth story. And therefore, we are very excited because the Indian economy is in a very important and a pole position. And despite the uncertainties of the global economies, the Indian economy has shown to be substantial resilience. And the growth for the current year also looks very optimistic. And going forward with the announcement of a number of national projects, we expect that the growth in the Indian economy to be very, very significant in a number of sectors, which include things like infrastructure, renewable energy, and manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So we in the IFSC would play a very important role in raising capital for this journey, I mean, be it debt or equity or other kinds of financial services or related services. The IFSCA would play a very important role in enabling foreign investors to come into India in a big way.
Right. Could you give us a sense of the next major priority area for you and the kind of reforms that would be needed for the same? The finance minister recently said that the government wants IFSC, the GIFT IFSC, to become a gateway for global capital.
So just to expand on the statement that just made, the IFSCA focus has been on how we will be able to support Indian corporate sector, SMEs, and the other kinds of businesses to access debt or equity at a very cost-efficient rate. So the short point is that the International Financial Services Centers Authority has enabled bringing the global corporate finance marketplace to the doorstep, I think. So traditionally, companies would go to foreign destinations to raise a line of credit or to issue a bond or to access some kind of a financial service, including derivatives or of all kinds. Then today, I think the entities actually come to GIFT City to access all of that. There are 35 banks here whose assets under management have crossed $100 billion. The total lending from the IFSCA banks has exceeded nearly about $71 billion, and out of which about $51 billion has gone into India. The rest, $20 billion, has been lent to various countries across the world, I think foreign subsidiaries of Indian companies and so on and so forth. The bond market here is also very active. I think there is the total bonds that have been issued out of GIFT City have crossed about $65 billion, out of which about $15 billion are green, social, sustainable bonds. Similarly, if you look at the equity space, and I think the fund industry here in GIFT City is also very active. There are about more than about 190 plus fund managers who have registered about 310 alternate investment funds, which generate a lot of equity for the Indian marketplace. So, as the Honorable Finance Minister observed, this journey of enabling Indian companies to raise debt or equity at the most attractive price at the doorstep has begun in a very, very big way. Now, as the Indian economy expands, we expect that the GIFT City platform to provide more and more of such capital of different types to the Indian financial and the business ecosystem. If you look at the Gift City as a platform, it is not only inward but is also outward. I think we believe that there is a great opportunity for us to connect with the diaspora who live across the world. There are more than 15.8 million non-resident Indians, 19.3 million persons of Indian origin who are very heavily invested personally into India. So the Gift City actually provides a very attractive platform for them to actually maintain a lot of their investments in foreign